Welcome back to the Av Attack. I'm your host, Prescott Chambers. We did it, ladies and gentlemen. We made it to the end. In this game, 82 of 82 at home versus the Seattle Kraken. The Avalanche have accomplished pretty much every goal a team can during this regular season. They've tied their season high point total at 119 with a record of 54, 16, and 11 to win them the President's Trophy. Nathan MacKinnon has won his first Rocket Richard trophy with a career high 53 goals on the season, and it most likely won't be his last. He is just the second player to do so in Avalanche franchise history behind Milan Hajduk. Marty Necas reached his first 100-point season in his NHL career with 38 goals and 62 assists. The Lumberyard of Wedgwood and Blackwood have secured the William M. Jennings Trophy. Scott Wedgwood with a career-high win-loss record of 36-6 prior to this matchup, and Mackenzie Blackwood sitting at 23-10-2. And Wedgie has to be in the conversation for Vezina winner. I just don't see how he couldn't be. Multiple skaters had career-high point production this year, and this all comes with the consistency and drive that the Avalanche have shown all season long. Brock Nelson was honored before puck drop with a silver stick along with 4 mini silver sticks for his kids, which was adorable, for playing in his 1,000th career game. Landeskog, MacKinnon, and Necas all sit this one out to rest for the long road ahead. Kadri and Manson are still out as well, but I expect to see everyone back for round 1, game 1. Head coach Jared Bednar is back behind the bench, sporting a sweet shiner from the puck he took about 3 games earlier. Definitely makes him look like a badass, in my opinion. Starting goalies for this one were Victor Osman in his very first NHL start and Scott Wedgwood. Period 1. This one is all Avs to start in the first few minutes. They're putting all the shots on goal. With just over 12 minutes remaining in the period, Nick Waugh puts one past Osman to put the Avalanche in the lead, but Seattle challenges for offsides and come up successful after a long review. So we play on with no score. At 15:41, the Avs get their first power play that gets killed off by the Kraken. The Avs only allow 7 shots on goal from the Kraken and put 15 of their own on Osman in period 1. But we have no score at the end of the first. Period 2. Shortly into the second, just 28 seconds in, Zakhar Bardakov draws a trip and gets the Avs their second power play. They have a couple opportunities, but the Kraken kill this one. We get a lot of back and forth possession. Halfway through this game, shots on goal are 21-11 in favor of Colorado. Finally, at 17:38, Nick Blankenberg redirects one on the doorstep and gets the Avs on the board, assisted by Brent Burns and Valeri Nichushkin. While all this was happening, Parker Kelly and Vince Dunn were getting into it in front of Osman, and Dunn gets himself put in the box for roughing, giving the Avs a third power play. Seattle kills, and we head to the third with a score of 1-0 Avalanche. Period 3, at 1:09, Brent Burns goes to the box for hooking, and the Kraken get their first power play of the game. Colorado kills this one with ease. At 5:36, Cale Makar takes a hook and draws the fourth power play for the Avs. At 7:14, Sam Malinsky gets called for interference, and we get about 20 seconds of 4-on-4, and Seattle gets their second power play. Burns makes a gorgeous sliding stick check. Wedgie makes some great saves, and the Avalanche kill. Then at 12:19, Parker Kelly puts one in the back of the net off a beautiful cross-ice feed from Cale Makar through 3 defenders. The second assist from Big Val Nichushkin. It's 2-0 Avs. We get some 4-on-4 after, once again, Vince Dunn, and this time LOC get into it and both get matching roughing penalties. Wedgwood makes back-to-back saves that get him some wedgie chants from the crowd. Seattle empties the net with a little over 2 minutes left on the clock, but can't make anything happen. And at the end of 3, the final score for this one is 2-0 Avalanche. Overall, the official record for the 2025-2026 Colorado Avalanche comes to a final of 56, 16, and 11 for 121 points on the season, which is the best they've ever done in franchise history. That is insane. I'm glad I got to be a part of it. I don't care how many people watch the videos. To make these was an accomplishment for me, so I'm just glad I got through all 82. Wedgwood gets his 4th shutout and 31st win, and what more can you say about this guy but give him the Vezina? But at this point, it's time to get serious. We are 100% locked for round 1 versus the LA Kings, and with their newly acquired left wing in Artemi Panarin, it's not going to be an easy task as he alone is an offensive threat. Not to mention, this will, of course, be Anze Kopitar's final appearance in the playoffs before retirement, so I know he'll be pushing the Kings as hard as he can. The other series in the West will be the Dallas Stars versus the Minnesota Wild, the Las Vegas Golden Knights versus the Utah Mammoth, and the Edmonton Oilers versus the Anaheim Ducks. The East will have just as exciting matchups with the Buffalo Sabres ending a 14-year playoff drought versus the Boston Bruins, the Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Montreal Canadiens, the Carolina Hurricanes versus the Ottawa Senators, and the Battle of Pennsylvania with the Pittsburgh Penguins versus the Philadelphia Flyers. Game 1 of the first round against the Kings is scheduled for Sunday, April 19th, starting at 1 p.m. Mountain Time in our home barn of Ball Arena. But until then, as always, I'm your host, Prescott Chambers for the Avattack. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the playoffs.